The girl tossed a cockroach into the spider's jar, but in no time at all, the cockroach mysteriously vanished. She picked up the jar for a closer look, only to see the spider had climbed up onto the lid, its body now twice as large as before. Curious beyond measure, the girl grabbed another cockroach and dropped it inside again. To be safe, she covered the lid with a piece of paper to prevent the spider from escaping. Once the lid was screwed on tight, the girl stared at the jar without blinking, only to witness a terrifying sight. At first, she didn't take the spider seriously, but soon she realized this was no ordinary spider. The next day, she brought a whole bag of cockroaches, whistling a tune to make the spider mimic the sound. Almost immediately, the whistle echoed from inside the jar. Excited, she tried to feed the cockroaches to the spider, but a cockroach pellet accidentally rolled off beside the jar. The spider inside instantly became restless. Puzzled, the girl picked up the fallen cockroach, and the spider immediately calmed down. She attempted to place a cockroach on the spider's web, but the moment it touched the silk, it was instantly corroded and dissolved. Suddenly, the jar slipped off the table and began to fall. Luckily, the girl was quick enough to catch it. But how could such a tiny spider have such great strength? She lowered her head to look at the jar's lid, and the spider had grown many times larger. Yet the most terrifying event happened that very night. While the girl slept, the spider slowly unscrewed the jar's lid, but it didn't harm the girl. Instead, it crawled into the ventilation duct, traveling through it until it reached a widow's home. Hearing a sound coming from a photo, the widow quickly took it down to check. Suddenly, the spider leapt onto the widow's face, even crawling into her mouth. It slithered down her throat, making its way into her stomach, and began devouring her internal organs. Eventually, it tore through her abdomen and burst out. But this was not the end. The old woman went outside searching for her lost cat, only to hear meowing coming from inside the ventilation duct. Thinking it was her beloved pet, she crawled inside.